Welcome back to the channel. This one is absolutely insane. The person who wrote this post claims to have insider information about the Pokemon rollout over the next 6-7 years. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. This is the #1 place for rumors, leaks, and speculation. Hit the subscribe button and join our community today. Sit back, grab a kombucha, and get comfortable. All right, here we go. Information regarding tentative planning and scheduling beyond the Sinnoh remake season, as well as some clarification on that. Hello, I just received a massive info dump and had to make an account to share. Here we go. You know, it's weird, this person, their username has the name David, so I'm gonna assume that this name is fake, right? Like if that's your real name and you wanna leak this much information, you're probably gonna get, you're gonna get taken out. You're gonna lose your job, and then who knows what's gonna happen after that. Sword and Shield will have a part 3 for people who have already bought the DLC or purchased the bundle version. Not a new map, but an underground system expanded on raid dens much more extensively with actual in-depth locations and a fully 3D camera experience. Can't share much about this because the sources will be compromised, but it's relatively underwhelming and mainly only serves to keep Sword and Shield as the main game for the meta until Gen 9. Yes, so this is what I want to see. I want Sword and Shield to be some sort of hub game for the rest of the Generation 8 games, right? I think the main battling and trading and the ecosystem for Generation 8 should remain on Sword and Shield. Give it a DLC, right? Supplement it however you need to supplement it. What I want to see is the new DLC for Sword and Shield to introduce missing Pokemon that aren't currently in the decks. Preferably Pokemon that are only gonna be in Diamond and Pearl remakes and Legends Arceus, right? If there's Pokemon in those games that aren't in Sword and Shield, make them compatible with Sword and Shield. Moving on, BDSP info. The majority of this game is Diamond and Pearl with a few Platinum changes, mainly the Pokedex. Also, the only new Pokemon is Sylveon. You can evolve Eevee into Sylveon in Hearthome City. Fantina is from Kalos, not France. Retconned info. In lore, that makes sense. I think people have kind of understood that. I don't know the method though. This confirms that one of the changes in this game will be the inclusion of fairy types. Many Pokemon also like the feature where Pokemon follow you, and I'm hearing from a single source that this will indeed be happening. Yes! To cater to people who prefer Platinum, DLC is indeed happening. You should think of this as a larger version of the Delta episode. The name is set to change, but I'm hearing Glistening Platinum. Yeah, I like the following Pokemon. I think it's a good time to do it if you're gonna have a 2D style chibi game. This is the easiest point of making following Pokemon, right? Like make the following Pokemon, it's gonna look the best. You can have a ton of wild, you can do it with a ton of Pokemon with very few resources. So now moving on to Legends Arceus information, the most secretive project to date. They are very careful about this here, and thus I do not know how much about what this game consists of. There will be an event regarding this towards the end of 2022, either a DLC or potentially old style, and it will be free. Old style? Does old style mean 2D sprites, like a sprite-based game? Like a black 3 and a white 3. As you explore this game, a focus is for you to eventually recognize your starting city and what it is in the modern world. Just know that this game is extremely experimental, but while this is an experiment, it is a chance to give fans what they are seemingly asking for and to see how they respond, which will affect many future decisions or future game planning. All right, so if this game is good, you guys have to go out and buy like 20 copies. You have to do it. Sell your Dogecoin, sell all your Pokemon cards, buy this game, because if it's good, then we get more, right? If you want to support this game, if you want more of this game, support the game. Note, the following is considered tentative planning and preliminary discussion. Most of this can be subject to change. Any company as big as Pokemon is gonna have a 10-year, 15-year plan, and everything's tentative. They're just working on stuff. I even have a tentative plan. 2023, let's go. Generation 9 will be launching at the end of 2023. I can confirm that they did internally already decide on the region's inspiration, but it is not known to me currently. I am hearing Australia, Denmark, India, or a Chinese city all as potential locations, all from different sources. The graphics in this game will be improved greatly, and Pokemon Legends Arceus will be a test as to what aspect of an open world concept people enjoy, and what elements to omit or patch. So it could end up being a completely fixed camera or a fully 3D camera experience. They are just going to wait and see how people will enjoy it. Dexit, however, will most likely be solved by this point. They want to have it all figured out before or by Generation 10. That's so cool to say, Generation 10. It sounds good, doesn't it? So Generation 10, we're gonna have the full Dex, and Dexit will be over. Moving on to 2024, DLC for Generation 9 will happen. Following a Sword and Shield like DLC schedule, they will expand upon the map and story the way the first two DLCs for Generation 9 did. It will most likely consist of the first two in the same way Generation 8 did, but it is unknown if later down the line it will have a third part. This DLC, just like the Generation 8 DLC, will be paid additional, will be a paid addition. The price though has not been decided yet. It's gonna be $30. Potentially within the year of 2024, we could also receive Let's Go sequel taking place in Johto. The release date for this is not decided. More info in 2025. My goodness, this is crazy. 2025, we're moving on to that year. Many possibilities for this year. Many possibilities. They could do absolutely nothing, like a break year for simply developing what comes after. They could release a Let's Go sequel in this year or not. If they do, it will be at the beginning of the year. They could simply tease 2027 releases. Let's Go Johto happening or not has not been finalized yet. A new Pokemon Go could affect whether or not Let's Go Johto will happen, or if it will not. A new Pokemon Go. A new Pokemon Go? A new Pokemon Go? What? Is that a typo or is that what they meant? A new Pokemon Go? What is it, a sequel to Pokemon Go? How do you make a sequel to Pokemon Go? It never ends. Moving on to 2026, the furthest my info will span, as they don't really plan this far in advance. 2026 is the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, and there will be a heap of announcements for the main series. This is internally called Project Nidorina because Nidorena's Pokedex number is 30. Wow, that sounds that's stupid. Well, I love to see Nidorina get some love. That's good, right? It's a well-forgotten Pokemon. This is the plan for the 30th anniversary. Some internal humor that Game Freak is playing around with. First, Generation 10 will, at the least, be announced during the year of 2026. This region will commemorate but not include all of the regions that came before, but will be one new region similar to Paseo in terms of calling back to every other region. Additionally, 2026 also has plans for a season of Unova remakes. Oh my god. The Generation 10 region will be described as being the physically closest to Unova, but relating to all of the past regions. Physically, does that mean geographically it's the closest to Unova? Is it a Canadian region? Is it a Mexican region? The real world regional inspiration is not decided. For Unova, plans will likely bleed into 2027 and the DLC. If it were to happen for Generation 10, would also happen in 2027, and it is not known whether or not it will be happening. Just if it does, it will be 2027. All of these decisions will be known for the public via announcements in the year of 2026. 2027, Unova will follow a strategy similar to, but not identical to, the Sinnoh remake season. This time there will be a Legends sequel first, 2 games that stress that they take place within 2 different timelines, being a prequel to either of the 2 original games, Black and White. A lot of this is a little weird because they're just assuming that they're gonna do things similar to how they have done them in the last 2 years. Let's Go, Chibi remakes, Legends, those things, we just learned about those things within the last 2 or 3 years. And they're gonna assume the next 5 years will be entirely like that. Give us a Generation 9 game and then a sequel. And then give us a DLC to the sequel. And then a Generation 10 game, which is actually a prequel in the timeline to Generation 9. Like, they could do a lot of cool stuff. They don't need to retread simply, the things that we've been seeing, but the lore in Unova will be witnessed in these games. The other game is extremely exciting. This single game, likely very expensive, will have all 4 of the Unova games, as well as 2 more sequels in one game. These will be remade in complete 3D, One source is interpreting this as having 6 saved files in one game. Features like interacting with previous protagonists can be made even cooler, such as them having your team from another save file. Lots of wild ideas are currently being thrown around for this right now. The new sequel parts of the game will hopefully tie everything together in Unova, and events here will parallel events in the Generation 10 region. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think they're gonna have 6 games in a single game. I can see them porting the original Unova games into a single file, and then the save data within your Switch could affect future Unova games, but 6 games in a single file? No. Click right here to get caught up on the latest Pokemon rumors. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck hunting.